Hey, Soul Seekers, it is intuitive energy healer Kathy Weiss here. I am coming to you live from my reading room on the central coast of California. And I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in today, whether you're watching live or later. I am just back from 3 weeks in Australia, and I'm not going to really talk about that a little bit today, but I do want to just drop down into answering some questions. Hey, Kayla, nice to see you, sister. So, as I was preparing for today's video and pulling a name out of my Mad as a Hatter teacup so somebody can win a reading today, I kept hearing the question, like, how can you take 3 weeks off? Hey, Lindsay, thank you. It is good to be back. I actually really, really love doing Monday messages with you guys. But the question, like, how can you take 3 weeks off? And it's not the question of, like, financially, how can you take 3 weeks off? It's more like energetically, like, how can you sort of leave your real life for 3 weeks? And the answer that comes up is, how can you not? Right? So we know that, especially in the United States, where I'm from and where I'm broadcasting from, we tend to leave unused paid vacation time on the table. Like, people literally don't take all of their time off. We know that we're a society that works hard and plays hard, and we just like go balls to the wall, hardcore working, and then we go party and go crazy and like kill ourselves almost like, with these like really intense like bursts of vacation that are actually really depleting. And so the thing is, and the message that wants to come through around how can you take extended amounts of time off is, how can you not? Because when we step away from our day-to-day life in a way that is unhurried and not like cramming like a ton of stuff down your throat in like 3 or 4 days, but actually taking some time, you end up learning about yourself. You end up learning about the world and the way that energy works. And you come back into your daily life as a richer person internally, not financially, internally, a richer person, someone who has more wealth, more wisdom, and more to offer to your day-to-day life. And so if that you really want to start questioning yourself, how can I not take time off? It's so valuable and it has so much to contribute to who you are as a human being. And I'm being guided to hold off on some personal stories and know that as I integrate some of the things I learned from my most recent trip, they're going to be translated and transmuted into universal messages that can support everyone. So I'm super stoked about that. But for right now, I want to focus more on you guys and who's going to win today's reading. Before I jump in, I'm not sure if you can see this down at the bottom of the screen. This shiny guy is looking almost black in the camera, but there you go, a little bit. You can see it's super dark purple. This is purple cat's eye or purple tiger eye, and the energy was really drawn to me today. It helps strengthen the mind and it helps stimulate intuition. I'm just peeking at my notes because sometimes I spaz out on the crystals. So it dispels unwanted energy from your aura. Hey, Jonathan and Jade, I'm talking about purple cat's eye real quick. And the one thing that's also really important with this is it helps you to transmute or transform negative thoughts into positive. In the yoga philosophy, that's called Praktipaksha Bhavanam. When a negative thought occurs, a positive opposite one should be thought of. And it doesn't have to be the exact opposite of the negative thought, just something else that's positive. And so purple cat's eye or purple tiger's eye helps us to do that. And it's going to really lend some support to today's reading. Because I have a feeling that as stuff comes up today, we're going to have some negative thoughts and we want to like jump back into positivity around that. So y'all are like a really calm bunch today. And I did ask, and I always set the intention that the right person comes out for the right reasons, so that not only does the winner get some healing messages and some guidance, but that all of us who are watching are somehow and in some way supported and guided by the messages as well. So I'm just going to close my eyes because I like to make sure I'm feeling for the right name today rather than, using my thinking brain so much. Okay, and it's, why does it always come down to two? But I'm leaning towards this one over here. which is Jade. Hey, Jade, you are today's winner. Congratulations, sister. If you're not Jade, stay with us and make sure you use these questions and or use the comment box for any questions or comments that you have as we go through today's reading because it will support everyone who's watching, even though it's specifically directed at Jade. Okay, so your aura is a really clear red. It's like clear light, red, like if I turned on a light and it was red, like that's how it's shining through you. And Jade, I feel like this is your true aura because as I have kind of touched in with you recently over the last couple of months, you keep showing up to me as red. So I'm really excited to see that you're really resonating in your true aura, your true energy, and that you're kind of like clear. So, this red aura is indicating that you are strong, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. You are passionate and you are decisive. So, right now, it's time to rise up and meet yourself. It's almost like meet your present self, but also meet your future self, okay? So, you're moving towards becoming your future self, and it's almost like you can't quite wrap your brain around who she is. And that's because you need to like step forward and meet her. Okay, so there's no more hiding for you, Jade. I feel like there is an aspect of you that's like, I'm not putting this information out in the world yet because I'm not ready or I haven't had enough practice or I don't have enough skill. But what's coming through really strongly for you is that you are as ready as you'll ever be. And I hear from the collective audience, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not ready. And this is the part of the message that is for everyone and what you all need to know. Yikes, she says. Everybody's kind of saying yikes. Right now, you are as ready as you will ever be for that thing that is calling you forward. And the only way you're going to get there is to just sort of jump into the deep end and start swimming. Or another phrase that I really like to use in my own life is I imagine that I'm jumping off a cliff and I'm going to build my wings on the way down, right? Like the only way I'm not going to crash land is to start flapping my wings. Hey, Stephen, this is a kind of a general message for everybody. So if you listen and pay attention, there will definitely be something in here for you. So talking about like you're as ready as you're ever going to be. You just have to get in there and let things get messy because that's how you learn and grow, right? So I was speaking with someone this weekend who was like, oh, I mean, I'm loving what I'm doing, but I keep making mistakes or I keep forgetting things. And I'm like, that's good that you actually want that to happen because that is helping you grow and expand and become better at the thing that you're doing. If that wasn't happening, generally what I see in a lot of people, and I see it in myself, is that we start to get bored and we don't grow and expand and we just kind of like cruise along and coast um, and we're a little bit dissatisfied. So, weirdly enough, it's those challenges and those struggles and those like awkward, like, I don't feel ready for this and I don't know what the F I'm doing. And I'm just kind of like making it up as I go along that is actually like creating the fullness of who you are. And that's what's creating your future self who is so wise and knowledgeable and skillful. Okay, so you're as ready as you're ever going to be, my friends. Let's pull a card from an oracle deck to support today's message. And I had a couple decks set out to the side because I wasn't sure who was going to come out and what the energy was going to be. But so I'm going to go for Sacred Rebels today. And the reason I'm choosing Sacred Rebels is because it's sort of a little bit more masculine energy deck. And it's a little bit more supportive of this, like, you're as ready as you're going to be. So it's time to get started with this thing, whatever this thing is for you. I do know what Jade's thing is, but I'm honoring her privacy and not